Oh wow. One of the most common questions I get asked by friends and family is why the hell would I want to go and hike up to the top of a mountain to spend the night in a canvas tent when it can be cold and wet and exposed to the elements? Well, hopefully I'll answer some of those questions in this video. Well, good evening, and you can see I've got my big pack on today, and I'm going for a wild camp. And I tell you, it's a heavy pack. One of these days I will weigh it, because no doubt somebody always asks me how much does it weigh, but if you've watched the videos you know that the camera gear weighs more than anything. So I've got all my camera gear with me, and I've got full water with me, and it's a bit of a slog so far, which makes you ask the question, and some of you will be wondering this, and I sometimes wonder this, is why the hell do I do it? Why? So I'll hopefully answer the reasons why I go wild camping up the mountains as the video goes on. But as always, I've left it a bit late, and there's under 2 hours till sunset, and there might be, I don't know if you can make out in the sky behind me, there's a wee gap towards the horizon. If that stays there as the sun goes down, it might illuminate the clouds. So we'll go up and see if I can get somewhere to pitch before the sun sets. Let's go. Ooh, so I'm having to watch my feet a bit more now. There's some big crevices opening up, which might give some of you an idea of where I am. Anyway, reason number one why I like to go wild camping, well, pretty obvious. Well, I might be moaning about it now, but it's a great form of exercise. The only other time I carry a bag this heavy up a hill is when Jerry's with me and he's dragging me up a winter route. And we've got the ropes and the harnesses and all the climbing paraphernalia. It gets close to the same sort of weight. It's a good exercise. Although I wish I was in my tent right now, sipping a whiskey. Right, let's go. Got about an hour now till the sun sets, so up we go. Onwards I went, and before long I was reaching the bad step, or a tricky little section on the climb, which was just before where I was wanting to set the tent up. Bit down climb. It's a beautiful part here. Anyway, we're going up there, get a camping spot there, right? Let's get down here. Yeah, so that wee bit behind me is, requires a bit of care, especially with a big backpack on. But it's not too difficult, all the footholds and placements are there. Right, let's get up here. It's, we're running out of time. Well, we're not running out of time. We're always running out of time. We're running out of light. Let's go. Right, you can see, I don't know if you, I think you can see behind me, there's still a wee bit to go until we get to the summit. But you know what, I think I'm going to camp here because I've come for the view, which you can't see behind here, and there's a nice flat table here which looks fantastic. So yeah, let's get the tent up here, and I'll report back and give you some more reasons why I do it in a minute. And the first thing I'm going to do is put my jacket on. It's quite cold, chilly. Isn't that wonderful? Right, let's just get this wee jacket on. I've got my duvet jacket for later, but I forgot to bring a wee mid layer with me, which was silly. That's what I get for rushing. Right, let's get this tent up. That's better. So after getting another layer on, I set about getting the tent up. And another thing which is really good about wild camping is you get more chances of seeing wildlife. Never saw much on this trip, right enough, but anyway, looks like I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, just kind of standing holding the tent. But what I was doing is I was trying to determine which way the doors would open, and hence what the views would be like. I sometimes spend a bit of time just figuring that out before setting the tent up. So I was right on the edge of a cliff here, so I had to be careful, and I had to manoeuvre the tent about a wee bit before I was happy. I'm just about there. I've got my tea cooking. But I tell you what, I'm cold, so I'm going to put on my duvet jacket underneath this. Right, I'm going to have my dinner, and then I'll report back later on, unless there's an amazing sunset. Right. Oh. Right, I just had my yeah, finished my tea. And that's another thing I really love about wild camping is once you've got the tent up, it's been a bit of a rush tonight because the sun's just gone down. I'm going to spin you around and show you that in just a minute. But you can just chill in the tent. I just like that. There's something different to chilling at home in front of the telly. I don't know, it's weird to explain. You think, oh, you'd be able to do more at home, but there's something just really nice about the peace and quiet of a camp and just getting your stuff ready and cooking your tea. It's hard to explain. But anyway, let me spin you around and tell you another reason why wild camping's so good. So another reason, I better watch where I'm going here. I love camping. It allows you to enjoy what I think is the best part of the day, which is sunrise, not now, but sunset. Look at this. This might be a special sunset tonight because you can see that the big ball of the sun. That if that illuminates this cloud, I'm going to get really excited. But yeah, another reason why I love it is you get to experience these events which you wouldn't do at home, sitting there watching the telly. Well, you might be sitting watching this and experiencing the sunset from the Steaming Boots YouTube channel. Anyway, let's see what happens here. That's it's set. The sun's setting just over the Isle of Mull. It's fantastic. So let's take some pictures and some time lapse, and I'll bring you back if anything happens in the sky. Oh, this is lovely. The sky, I think and hope, is starting to turn. Just need the sun to drop below the horizon, and then hopefully this could be one of those special memories and moments. It's got all the right ingredients. You've got that letterbox slither of clear sky on the horizon and the clouds at just the right level. Oh, it's touch and go. It could just go boom in a minute. It might not. Let's see. Oh, right, I'm going to sort the camera out over here. Over here, I've got my other camera. Just got a wee bit more of a zoom. I have to be very careful because I literally am on the side of a cliff. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Oh, that's looking good. You might see this time lapse in a minute, but those clouds are just catching beautifully. Well, that was pretty spectacular. The clouds right over the Isle of Mull went a lovely purple and pink for a good 5 minutes. It was just one of those moments. And again, like I said, you don't get that if you're hill walking unless you come up in the for sunset, which is exactly what I did the last time I was here. I'll put a link to that video in the description where I came up and I walked back down in the dark. But it wasn't as spectacular as that. I think another reason why I like wild camping, I quite like the solitude. I do enjoy being out with other people as well, don't get me wrong, but I think sometimes I like to get away from it all and just be by myself. And I know it's a cliche being back to nature and all that sort of stuff, but there is something about being out camping. It doesn't have to be up a mountain, but spending the night outside, it does something. It helps your mental health, I think, which is good. So that's another couple of reasons. But yeah, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to chill, because another reason why I like camping is I can have my peanuts. I don't have them because my son's allergic to them, so I don't have them at home. And it's the only time I really drink whiskey is when I go camping. I don't really enjoy it when I'm at home, but for some reason when I'm in a tent and I've got the hip flask, I really enjoy it. And you'll see I've got a new hip flask like that. It's 8 ounces as opposed to 6. So Ben Donich tonight. Let's have a wee snifter and see what like. Oh yes, that's nice. Right, we'll have some whiskey and I'll report back later on. Not too far from the summit, so I've decided to go for a wee donder up to the top, so let's go up to the top and I'll come back there. Oh, right. Another reason why I really enjoy camping is you probably can't see it, but on the far left of your screen there's a tiny wee red dot. And that, I really don't know if you can make out. I've not got my zoom lens with me. I'll take some pictures from my phone, which will be rubbish, but I'll put it up now. But it's a big, massive moon just to the left of Ben Lomond, which is fantastic. And that's another reason why I love coming camping. Is you see things like this, full moons, and it's blood red at the moment, although last night or the night before, during the week anyway, it was a blue moon, first blue moon. That is the opposite of blue though, that's blood red. Fantastic. But you get to see these things like the stars and the northern lights and noctilucent clouds, but experienced all those things, and those things I would never have experienced unless I was wild camping. But that's just absolutely amazing. Right, let's get up to the top of Ben Donich. Onwards we go. Oh, the summit of Ben Donich, and I was coming up. I got a bit of a fright as the chap was up at the summit. He's camping just over there. So many good spots here to camp. So nice to meet you, Stevie, if you watch this. Yeah, it's lovely. I can still see a wee. In fact, I'll bring you up. I'll put the camera up here and show you. Oh, right. I honestly don't know how well you can see me if I'm in focus. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the red on the horizon. It's been about an hour since the sun's gone down, and you still get that at this time of year. We're just into autumn at the time filming. And it's just lovely. And then down here, let me just show you down here. Hopefully you can see this. See this down here, and the lights are shining down. I think it's Loch Gulphead. Is that right? Oh, I might have got this wrong. But you can do Ben Vula, which is a Corbett from there. I might have told you this story before. But I'm from Perthshire. Takes about 2 hours, 3 hours to get through here. And I'd put it into my sat nav. I was driving down and I got about 3 or 4 miles away from what I thought was Loch Gulphead or Loch Oilhead. Is it Loch Oilhead? Anyway, this is where the problem arose. I thought there's no mountains here, and it turns out I put the wrong one in. So I think that's Loch Oilhead. Yeah, Loch Oilhead, and I went to Loch Gulphead. Oh god, I don't know. Anyway, I got them mixed up. So just note to the wary, don't do that. Yeah, I'm going to head back to the tent now. Finish off my whiskey. And that's another thing which I like about wild camping. How often could you just nip up to the summit in the dark and see the twinkling lights of all the villages? Beautiful. Right, let's get back to the tent and finish off that Ben Donich. So I sauntered back down the hillside to the tent. Wasn't too far, maybe about a 10-minute walk. And I just polished off the rest of this with the whiskey and just sat and relaxed. It was lovely. And eventually, yeah, I just decided it was time to hit the hay. Not looking at the clocks, just when I felt tired. It was lovely. So did that, and I had high expectations for the following morning, hoping for a lovely sunrise. Oh, good morning. The time is 5:15. I think my alarm's going to go off, so yeah, turn the alarm off. Another good thing. It's not a good thing waking up this early, but what is good about wild camping is the anticipation of looking outside. It can be good, and it can be disappointing if it's not nice. So let's see what the weather's like outside. I'm hoping it's clear. Bonus if there's an inversion. But yeah, let's have a look. Let's get out. Well, let's see. Looks alright. It looks nice. Right. Oh. I can only see what it was like from the back of the camera there. But it looks clear. So let's get up. It's about an hour till sunrise. If there is any high cloud I couldn't see there, you'll have a better idea than me. It usually catches, it's the hour before the sun rises when you can get the nice sky. So let's get up. This is the worst part of wild camping, is getting out of the nice, cosy sleeping bag, but it has to be done. And yeah, I'll get a brew on. Yeah, so I'll report back Oh well, right, let's do it. Let's be brave, Murray. Let's be brave. Oh wow. See the outline of the cobbler. Don't know if you can make it out on the camera. It looks fantastic, beautiful. I think it might be quite a nice sunrise. Lovely. Another reason to come wild camping. Enjoy the dawn and enjoy the sunrise. Right, let's get some coffee on. Yeah, I need some caffeine. Let's do that. With the dawn skies starting to glow a lovely colour to the east, I had my coffee, and as I was waiting for the sun to rise, I just sort of dotted around the camp and started to get stuff packed away. It's always the worst part, I think, of camping, apart from getting out your sleeping bag, is the breakdown. You know, getting your ground mat all rolled up and your sleeping bag back in its stuff sack. It can be a bit of a pain, but anyway, I did that, and then I was ready for the sun to come up. Look at this, I don't know if you can make it out behind me. The skies are starting to go pink. It looks like it could be a good one. Well, it's good already, it's absolutely beautiful, but if it catches a bit more, I'll be stopping, taking the tent down and taking some pictures, but wow. Again, I wouldn't have got this, I would have been driving up to the hill had I not been out camping. And yeah, not really seen this, so look at that. Fantastic. What a sight. So not long after this I did stop and I got the cameras out and tried to capture the sun coming up. Right, so yeah, the sun's now up, it's hitting my face, it's lovely, absolutely glorious. And again, there's something special about being out in nature, and for me, on top of a hill or near the top of a hill, watching the sun come up. I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. And I said all the cliches last night about reconnecting and back to nature and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if it's that or not, or no, I don't know. Anyway, it's good for your well-being, that's for sure. It's just lovely. Yeah, I'll spin you around and show you the sun now. Probably just a silhouette now because the sun's behind me, but yeah, I don't know, it's just being on the hill during sunrise and sunsets is one of the main reasons why I do this. I don't know why. I know I enjoy the photography, that's another thing, but even without the photography, it's special. So yeah, let's get this the tent on the bag, and then we'll start heading down, and I'll do one more bit to camera, and I've got things ready to go. Right, that's me just about packed up. Just got to put the tripod onto the side of the bag. The sun's now giving me a wee bit of warmth, so I've taken my duvet jacket off, and I'm just going to take a nice leisurely saunter down the hill. It's not even 6:30 yet. And I do have an appointment to make. Although I said usually I'm not in a rush, and I'm not in a rush because I've got up early enough, but I've got an adventure planned today. Stay tuned next week. I'm doing a traverse of a very famous mountain over all 3 peaks, and yeah, I'm away to meet Jerry and Mark and get my climbing gear ready to do that. It's a proper mountaineering day today, so I'm really looking forward to it. So I better get going, but this was just fantastic, loved it, absolutely loved it. So yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. As always, stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Right, let's get this packed up and let's get down the road.